Tea Party groups. Now one Democratic senator wants more of a crackdown on conservative critics of President Obama. He's telling the IRS to be more aggressive. Watch this.
Obviously, the Tea Party elites gained extraordinary influence by being able to funnel millions of undisclosed dollars into campaigns with ads that distort the truth and attack government. We're not going to have a broad discussion of this issue here, as I mentioned. And it's clear we're not going to pass anything legislatively as long as the House of Representatives is in Republican control. But there are many things that can be done by the IRS and other government agencies, and we have to redouble those efforts. We have not worked hard enough on this.
Attacking government. Well, that's not allowed. And that's not all. Some of Hollywood's biggest conservatives, members of a group called Friends of Abe, say they are now being targeted by the IRS. Here with reaction to all of this, including Senator Schumer's remarks, is Gina Loudon. She's a Tea Party activist and a member of Friends of Abe. Gina, thanks for joining us this morning. So,
thanks for having me.
What kind of message does this send when the senior senator from New York goes on camera and says it should not be allowed to criticize government, and those who do need further scrutiny from the IRS?
Well, it sends a message loud and clear, I think, that they're not interested in our First Amendment right. They're not interested in our right to assemble. Certainly this group, FOA, which I am a member of, but I certainly don't speak for all members of because we're a diverse group. But its purpose is not political. It should never have been targeted by the IRS. It's essentially a professional sort of watering hole, as Executive Director Jeremy Boring puts it. And we all know, and you know this too, and everyone watching this show knows one thing. If this were a progressive group during the Bush administration being targeted in a red state, there would be hell to pay. Every single alphabet soup media would be all over this, but they're not, because it's okay to do whatever you want to do to conservatives. And I think that's just a complete double standard that the left is going to have to come to terms with if they're really interested in free speech.
Well, it's frightening. I mean, you shouldn't be able to use the tools of government power to crush your political enemies.
That's it.
But you don't even need to.
Right.
You just need to suggest it. You need to call for it, as Senator Schumer did. And doesn't that have a chilling effect on people's political speech?
Well, see, they've been very successful using this in churches and intimidating pastors, making them believe things that aren't even true, that aren't even constitutional, and there's a whole movement to change that. But, this is the thing. There is so much going on here that is so spooky, and it should scare the daylights out of any person who believes in our constitutional republic. One is that what are the IRS agents, who are sworn, by the way, to confidentiality in everything they work on, what are they doing talking to the New York Times about this? You have to ask yourself that question. Why are the people who are the loudest screaming for individual rights and rights of free speech, why are they standing down on this? Where are all those people? They should be shouting loud, because at some point the tables are going to turn, and I assure you they're going to be speaking loud at that point, and then they're going to look like the hypocrites that they are being today.
Because they're not really interested in diversity or divergent points of view. They're interested in power and crushing those who oppose their program. Gina Loudon, thanks for joining us this morning. I know it's early in LA.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I appreciate your coming on. Thanks.
That's all right.